All right, we have an XRP party on the 29th, baby, and that is Friday. And there's a lot of rumors going around, like they're going to reveal, like Swift is using them all over the world. Nah, it's not going to happen because if they were, there would have been some public announcement. They're not going to announce it at some like community party. They would have like a big press release on that kind of thing. They're going to announce that like Gary Gensler is going to finally drop the SEC lawsuit. Yeah, I don't think so either. Like, I think the SEC would have their own press conference to do actually that. And another thing that actually might be true is they're going to release and tell everyone XRP's true price. Now, that one has people guessing a lot. And you know what? That one might actually be true. And I am here to make a bold prediction on what that revealed true price is. Drum roll, please. Yes, it's going to reveal its true price of, and get this, 50 cents. Exactly what it is right now. There might be a little bit pump going into this, into Friday, because there's always a pre-pump, but then when it's revealed, it'll drop down to 50 cents, and that's its true value. Just like a lot of supporters of XRP said, we're going to see the true value of XRP soon after the lawsuit concludes. You guys won the lawsuit. No, I mean, like, you did win the lawsuit. I'm not going to like say you didn't, because you did. And XRP is not a security. And it pumped a little bit after that, but soon it dropped back down to its real price. It was 50 cents. So all those theories of how the SEC was suppressing the price of XRP, now we see the true price of XRP without the SEC lawsuit. It's a whole 50 cents. Not $5, which is past its all-time high, which I think it could actually get to in the next bull run. Definitely not $50, not $5.89. It definitely wasn't built for $10,000. Honestly, that excuse of like it was built to be $10,000 could literally be used for any coin, because any coin can actually be at any price. But XRP being at $10,000 or VET being at $10,000 or Cardano being at $10,000 is about as likely as Godzilla attacking Tokyo tomorrow. So probably not a great choice. So it wasn't really built to be $10,000 or anything like that. The true price is 50 cents because that's what supply and demand dictates. And no, banks didn't actually come in right afterwards. In fact, it's been 2 months and there are no banks actually coming in, because you would, if a big bank bought billions upon billions of XRP, you would definitely see a movement in the price. The only real people using XRP right now for transferring money is either individuals via the exchanges, and we all use like XRP or VET or Tron or something to exchange or some kind of stable coin. I've used like all of them myself. They all work pretty much the exact same. Or for XRP specifically, remittance companies, specifically Triangle, which they actually bought 40% of. But none of the banks are actually using it. Banks like, I don't think like Link CCIP does exactly this, but banks have been using a lot of stablecoin solutions. They also have like blockchain solutions that don't really use any coins. So the thing is, like, yes, you are seeing the unsuppressed price of XRP right now, and it's 50 cents, and they're going to announce the true value of XRP. People are going to get excited, but then they're going to be let down when they realize it's just 50 cents. All those theories about price suppression, garbage. And it's not only for XRP. Whenever I hear someone say like my coin is being suppressed, I've heard this from VET and Cardano before too, and I love those coins. But whenever I hear this, I'm like, oh, that's just total nonsense. It is the market value. Yes, is the US government giving cryptos a hard time? Of course it is. But that's actually not the main reason crypto is actually down right now. Crypto is down right now because the interest rates are high and the cycle's not at the bull run time yet. You just watch next year. They can try to suppress it all they want. They won't be able to. If they were really trying to suppress it, they wouldn't let it go to all-time highs every 4 years. It follows the halving cycle precisely, more or less. So it's actually not about government suppression. Could it be slightly higher if the SEC wasn't being a bitch and if Gary Gensler wasn't being stupid? Yes, it definitely could. But a little bit maybe, but not all that much. It wouldn't be at an all-time high right now. Now, crypto would not be an all-time high right now because crypto, even without Gary Gensler and the SEC, would still be a very, very risky venture. Don't tell me if the SEC didn't exist, FTX wouldn't happen. It would still happen, and it would still bring the crypto market down. Don't tell me if the SEC didn't exist, Terra Luna wouldn't happen. It would still happen, and it would still bring the crypto market down. There wouldn't be like fears of regulatory prosecution, but those things would actually still happen. And all the DeFi scams, they would actually happen as well. There'd probably actually be more of them, but not like too much more. The SEC actually doesn't do much either way. It scares people away from like investing in crypto, and it may hamper some on-ramps and stuff, especially with like Binance.us. But it doesn't actually do much in terms of like actually stopping scams. And that's why they're really not necessary right now. And they're just kind of like an extra obstacle in the way. But they're not the ones truly suppressing the price right now. What's suppressing the price is the inflation, people's fears, and interest rates. See how this works. Bonds and crypto are like kind of enemies of each other. A US Treasury bond is a very, very safe investment that doesn't yield that much interest, or at least it didn't used to yield that much interest. A crypto investment is an incredibly risky investment, and don't argue with me. It is an incredibly risky investment because half of them are scams, and even the ones that aren't can fluctuate 50, 60% within the course of a few weeks, especially if the market's volatile. So people do look at that as a very risky investment, whereas a bond is a safe generative investment, which means it gives you a discount every single year. When the Fed funds rate is zero, that discount rate generally is about 2%. But the Fed funds rate is like, 5% right now. So you can get like a 2-year bond of 5.5 or 6% right now. And many people, when they see that 6% without any type of risk, they're going to go after that 6% rather than, trying for 200% on a really risky crypto, especially because we're in the bear phase of the market right now. And we were going to have this bear phase regardless. Look at 2013 through 2017. Coins were like, there were some altcoins in there and they were like super, super low. And this was before any regulations or any like prosecution pressure from the SEC actually kicked in from 2013 to actually 2017. Before the big 2017 bull run, we laid low for 4 years and we laid low again from 2017 to 2021. And most likely we're not really going to start any kind of bullish activity until next year. This is with or without the government and without the SEC. It doesn't really depend on TA or graphs or anything. That doesn't really matter. It's on a 4-year cycle because it's hard. It's literally hard coded into Bitcoin. And that's actually what controls it. Nothing's actually separated itself from Bitcoin right now because when people think about crypto, they think about Bitcoin. Now, crypto is going to have to detach itself from Bitcoin in the next 10, 15 years. But right now, there is like no chance of anything detaching from Bitcoin in the next year or two. So everything's going to kind of follow Bitcoin. Yes, you'll have those meme coin pumps every once in a while. But still, I mean, like, those are meme coin pumps. They just, like, pump and dump from people, and they just die. But that's the thing. It's going to be 50 freaking cents when they announce the true value of XRP. And a lot of people are going to be like, oh, my God, how can this be? Well, the last 5 years were actually a great example of how you can be deluded by being in a cult and not realize that your coin is the same as any other coin. You can try to believe that your coin is special and that it's going to have access to man and it's going to take over the world. But realistically, it works the same as every other coin. And it's going to depend on if you have smart contracts and if you have DeFi to actually go up in the next bull run. You'll go up regardless, but if you have smart contracts and DeFi, you will go up a lot more depending on your total value locked. Because that's what people are going to be investing in the bull run. That's going to be what's generating a lot of money in the bull run. The industrial utility, it's not really going to happen by the next bull run, and it probably won't happen by the bull run after that. All this IMF, BIS stuff, that's all garbage. I mean, like, you've been talking about it for 5 years. It hasn't really led to anything. Especially same thing with you shaking hands with the IMF person. What was it, Christine Lagarde, who's now head of the ECB? Nothing actually ever came out of that. And people made such a big deal about XRP and Brad Garlinghouse being at Davos until everyone started showing up at Davos. Like Chainlink, Cardano, a bunch of crappy NFT projects. Everyone and their mother started showing up at Davos, and people were like, ooh, and then they realized it wasn't actually worth anything. And we've seen VeChain actually shake hands with like President Macron. We've seen VeChain with Xi Jinping as well. We've seen HBAR with some really important figures as well. And then we realized that quite a few cryptos have actually shaken hands with heads of state and important figures, and that really didn't mean anything because their price didn't move. It was the cryptos that didn't shake hands with any heads of state that actually went up the most in the last bull run. So you realize a lot of that is just for photo ops and hype, and it's hoping to get people excited, but it doesn't actually do anything for the coin in the long run. And these big grand partnerships, they haven't really done anything either, whether inside the United States or outside the United States. And since you won the lawsuit, there has been no additional demand for XRP. The demand for XRP has been exactly the same, and that's why you're back at 50 cents right now. And that is the true price of your coin and the true value of your coin, and they're going to reveal it on the 29th, and it's going to be 50 cents. Yes, I am the anti-hype XRP person, and I am going to force the XRP army bit by bit to realize reality and come out of their fantasy world. You might think that's evil to rip them out of their fantasy world, but I actually think forcing investors to invest based on reality instead of fantasy is probably a good cause. Thank you, and have a nice day.